So now it's time to jump in and have some fun. I want you to open up your ChatGPT. There is some instructions here for setting up your ChatGPT. Otherwise, once you're there, I want you to jump in. I've given you a whole list of prompts here. They're meant to be fun, they're meant to be interesting, they're meant to be a little silly. Use any of these that you want. Of course, if any of these are sparking your own questions and your own prompts that you want to try, 100% try those instead. These are just suggestions that are meant to get you over a little bit of anxiousness that you might feel from what do I even put in here. And so let me give you an example. If we come over into our ChatGPT, and if you're not familiar in here, you're going to come in, you're going to see your workspace here, and down here at the bottom is where the prompt window is. And so all I want you to do is come in here and say, what seems like a fun one here? Describe a futuristic city where all transport is airborne and the buildings float in the sky. I'm just going to copy that, come over here and paste it in and hit the little arrow or hit enter to say go. And it's going to start generating some answer. What you'll notice if you try this same one, your answer is going to look a little bit different. That's actually beautiful. That's how it's intended to work. That's what makes it a generative technology. It's not a software program that is trained on information that is going to provide the same information in the same way to every single person. It's a little bit creative, and so it can make some things up. That's why you need to still have a little bit of validation. But when we're talking about just having some fun here, there's no validation involved. We're just having fun. And I encourage you to then just ask whatever you want to ask it. And if you want to start fresh with a brand new prompt window, you come over to the left-hand side, you click ChatGPT, and now you've got a whole new fresh conversation template that you can work in. If you want to come back to the one that you had, your old conversations are kept over here on the left-hand side. You click that, it brings that back up. All of this text that it's generated is what's called context. And now you can keep having more conversations about this. So let's see what this has to say. I could say, what are some of the challenges that this futuristic city faces because of the airborne and buildings? I can ask it a question. It's going to tell me some answers. I'm going to say, great. I can look at these and I can say, all right, so what's important? Okay, energy consumption, air traffic management, structural integrity and safety. Yeah, that would be a big one. Weather and environmental factors, psychological and social impacts, emergency response and evacuation, technological dependence, legal and regulatory issues. Great. Now I can say, what are some of the issues that moving from our current world into this futuristic world has resolved? I don't know, just ask it questions. Get curious. That ultimately this program isn't about the answers that you're going to get from this program. It's just about discovering the answers that only you have inside of you. We're going to get there around level 3. This is level 1. Just get in there, have fun, play around, ask it whatever you want. If you want to keep going on this thread, you can. So it has all of this context, right? If I now move to a whole new topic and say, please tell me how to make 5-star chili. So this is a completely unrelated topic. It's going to respond in the way that it's going to respond, and that's all well and good, but you just want to be careful that as we move forward into future levels, if you're having a conversation on one topic and then you try to shift gears to a whole new topic, you may end up finding some of this information coming into your new conversations. So it's important as we step through here, you'll start to understand when is it important to start a new conversation and when is it important to just keep going in the same conversation window that I already have going. This is all going to come in time. Bottom line, you're not going to break anything. Basically, you kind of want to have one topic per chat thread unless you're really just doing a quick fire of a bunch of different random questions. When I first started using it, let me show you some of my conversations just so that you get an idea. When I first started using it, I had no idea what I was doing. My first question was about blockchain types. I wanted to try to understand what are the different blockchains. The information was interesting. Ultimately, I didn't end up getting the answers that I want, but it was because I didn't fully understand the answers that I was looking for. My next set of questions here were completely random. Can you write me a hypnosis script? Is manifestation real? What's the fastest way to earn $1 million? How can I trademark a logo? What's the easiest way to set up an LLC? This was all one conversation, so you can see that I went all over the place in this one conversation. The answers were fine. I was just trying to learn what is this tool and how can I best use it. So I just went rapid fire all in one thread. Ultimately, I discovered that it would be better to use one topic per thread in order to make sure that the responses I was getting were most relevant to the topic of that thread. So that's all I'm going to give you for now. I want you just to go in there and jump in and start, just pick a prompt here or make up your own, have a few conversations. Once you're done, you can just click these little dots and there's this option you can rename them if you want to rename them. If you want to keep them and just say this was a test conversation, whatever you want to do, now it's renamed. If you just want to get rid of it, you can also delete it. You can also archive it. We'll talk about those things another time. I'm just going to delete this one because I'm never going to have this conversation again, and it's really not that important to me. I have my own favorite chili recipe, so I don't need this one. Just go have some fun and let me know how it goes.